Hey guys, for today's progressive programming workout of the day, we are going into our secondary strength. For this month, we're going to be focusing on the power clean. Now, with the idea of this being our foundational phase, we're going to be working on developing a consistent pull. So we're going to break the power clean down into two pieces. Today's session is going to start out with 4 sets of 3 clean pulls followed with 4 hang power cleans, working between 65 and 75%. Now, as we look at this session today, what we got to keep in mind is the intention of breaking down the clean pull into hang cleans is to allow us to rehearse the initial pull from the ground all the way to where we should be finishing. Now, we want to avoid that early arm pull, which we see so often in classes and coaching athletes. So let's work on using this time to refine a patient pull and then accelerating at the top of the finish, at the top position, position 1 or power position, with pushing through our legs, hips, knees, and ankles. Now, we want to make sure that when we finish that pull, the bar is moving in a vertical path, not in a horizontal path. We do not want the bar to swing away because it is going to come back around and crash into our shoulders. So let's practice a nice vertical path during those pulls. In between each pull, bring it back to the ground, reset and reorganize so that way we can refine that setup position. Now, after our third clean pull, we are going to finish off into our power clean, our hang power cleans. Now, today we're going to be working for those 4 sets, and keep in mind, our goal is to work with our working sets between that 65 and 75% because the volume is a little bit on the higher side, and at the same time, we want to make sure that we're refining good mechanics and not refining bad ones. So as we go into these hang power cleans, we want to make sure that we're loading, setting our shoulders, organizing our core, so that way as we break at the knees and then hinge slightly over the bar, we're maintaining the same mechanical position that we had on our clean pulls. Now, when we finish our power clean, let's focus on receiving the bar in that quarter or half squat position with controlled footwork, not allowing the feet to jet out. So good landing, good receiving position, good upright torso. When we finish out our clean complex, we're going to then move on into a 9-minute AMRAP. Now, this is going to consist of 12 dumbbell snatches, alternating arms, into 12 single arm overhead walking lunges, and then we're going to finish it out with 12 strict presses, single arm strict press. So we're only going to need a single dumbbell for today, and with this workout, what we want to do is be efficient during the snatch, work on receiving the weight in a partial squat so that way we're not having to press it out. We want to save our shoulders for that strict press at the end. When we move on into the dumbbell overhead walking lunge, let's make sure we get ourselves stacked in a nice, good, organized, externally rotated shoulder position. That way we can stabilize that weight as we lunge. We will rotate every 6 reps. So once we finish 6 steps on that lunge, switch it over to the other side and continue on for that set. When we reach the overhead press, the single arm press, we need to do the same thing. We'll start with one side and end with the other side. We are not going to break it up in a set, so it's not going to go 3, 3, 3, 3. We must complete 6 before we transition to the other side. Now, as we move through this, I would highly recommend to start with your weaker side, so that way when we go from the overhead lunge, we're going into the opposite side of the strict press. So we start with our left side, finish our right side, then we're going to begin our presses with our left side, and then finish it out with our right side. Now, 9 minutes, as many rounds as possible. Have fun, guys.